dug in expecting that we were going to be engaged in a battle because they were getting very close to us. We knew we had help coming, but by that time I think it was afternoon or getting later in the day, and they were the patrols that were coming out were getting closer to where we were. Either they figured it out, or maybe somebody thought they heard us when we were talking on the radio to Honeycomb. But we're pretty close to where I figured we're going to be in ground combat any minute. And I remember personally, I looked over at Germack. He always had a good sense of humor, and he looks at me and just kind of smiles. And Jake's like, "What the hell are we doing here? And we belong in the air, not down here doing this." But I'm just shaking my head, and I bowed my head, and I remember, and this lasts to this day, I prayed, and I'm not a big religious church guy, but I prayed for the courage to die with honor, because I knew there's no way we're going to live through this. We're surrounded, we're just going to fight it out, and hope maybe somebody will show up. And now, that prayer came before we made contact with Honeycomb.
From the play coup. Yeah.
No, even before we were located.
Oh, before the C-130 got your radio signal.
So the correct sequence of events was they were getting real close to us. We made emergency contact with the C-130. No, they're getting real close to us. We're surrounded. I said my little prayer, and the next time we keyed the mic, they received our transmission, and help is coming. So now
God is good.
Now maybe we've got a chance. Maybe we can hold out until we get help. And I think during that time we moved further up the hill towards a clearing. I don't remember exactly. And then the next exciting thing I think you covered well in the book was and it just was like a miracle, this roar, this fighter coming out of the clouds right at us. And then I think we popped smoke to identify our position. Somehow he was able to mark that. And they came back around. And I remember either me or Mills talking to him on the radio, asking where they are. He said they're congregated, probably a company-sized unit of NVA, around our helicopters and around us coming up the hill.
What is a company size, approximately?
Well, that was something in the book. You described a battalion when it really wasn't a battalion. A company would be maybe 4 platoons. A platoon might be 30 people. A squad, maybe 6, 8, 10. It just varied on the availability of personnel, but I would estimate the number that we sensed around us or saw were probably close to 100. I think at one point in time they estimated that 144 enemy were killed in a rescue operation.